Hi all. Today I am going to give a small lecture about cognitive computing in the area of business implications. So before that, I want to tell about cognitive computing. This is Selvam giving a video lecture about in the area of cognitive computing. So nowadays there are a lot of researchers are going in the area of cognitive computing in various using various algorithms, using various methodology, and they are inventing lot of techniques and introducing lot of new methodologies to the world. So this is the right now situation or right now position about the cognitive computing. So what is the, before that we will discuss about what is the difference between artificial intelligence and cognitive computing, and also what is the advances which we have to think over in cognitive computing. So artificial intelligence is the field which gives to do the things using intelligence, but comparing with cognitive computing, it gives better clarity more than artificial intelligence. So this is the small idea about cognitive computing, because for example I want to tell, in artificial intelligence we will not expect the accurate results. For example, suppose if I want to get a pen, means you will get a pen and you can go to the store and you can buy a pen, depends upon your willingness or depends upon your things. But in cognitive computing, what we are trying to say is, I need a pen, the pen color is like this and the shape will be like this, whether it is a ball pen or refill or gel, and all those things will be added here. So based on that, cognitive computing is one step ahead of artificial intelligence, right? Okay, this is a small intro about artificial intelligence comparing with cognitive computing. Now we will discuss about business implications. Today the topic is business implications. So what is a business implications? What is business implications, and what are all the advantages of this, and what are the models cover is this, and how the business implication is comparing with cognitive systems approach. So these are the topics today we are going to discuss, right? So yes. So this session will give a clear idea about the business implications and give on what is a descriptive models. So in this business implications, we are having the model which is called as descriptive model, and what are all the advantages of that. And next we will go for discussing about the cognitive systems approach. What is a cognitive systems and what are all the advantages, or how the cognitive business model is going to implemented in cognitive computing, which will be the one step ahead of artificial intelligence. These are the today objectives, and apart from that we will go for find out the differences between descriptive model and comparing with cognitive systems approaches, and finally we will find out what will be the advantages and disadvantages of this descriptive model and cognitive model. All right. Okay. Based on that, the outcomes you will find out, or you will understand that what is the business implication. At the end of the session, you can find out what is the business implication. And number two, you can find out the difference between new descriptive models and cognitive systems approach, right? Point number 2. Point number 3, and we will summarize what is the business implications and what are the business descriptive model and what are the business implications in it, and what are the models which we can do it in cognitive systems approach. So this is the today learning's outcomes, right? And dear students, we will go to the next slide which will give you a clear idea about the about the new descriptive model. In the next slide, we'll go for, before that we'll go for implication. As we told earlier, what is the implication? So before starting that implication, I want to tell you what is an implication. For that, I want to give an example. As per the Newton's law, if there is a reaction is there is a reaction which should follow, or which should equivalent reaction will be there, meaning that for every reaction there is a equivalent reaction will be there. So this may be the cognitive idea which may behind in business implications, right? So business implication as a normal concept only, but we are using in how cognitive computing can be implemented in business idea, meaning that we are going to use the cognitive computing idea in business models. Today all the corporate companies, all the big brands are using cognitive model for their own business. Let us discuss one by one in the upcoming slides, right? Sorry, before that we will find out what is a implication. So business implication is nothing but, suppose if I am going to implement a rule or a logic or a system or a rule or a set of ideas into one model that will give a profitable model to my system. This is called as business implications, right? Are you get it? So because of implementing that, I'll get a huge profit, right? So potential profit may be called to a company. So that is called as business implications, right? The naming is getting how we are going to get the business implication as this. Yes. So moving forward to this, we'll go for the discussion of business implications. Clear? Yes. So in this business implication, there are a lot of business ideas. Various models are used in today's trend, today's market. So one of the trend is disruptive business model. So disruptive business model is one of the implication of cognitive computing using disruptive model. Disruptive model is one of the application of business implication, right? So as per the idea, we are using the strategies of business model. Which product is selling more, we can sell that product more and more. We can try to get more customers on it, number one, and we will go for based on the feedback. Number three, we can go for the regular customers can be put, and we are selling that. And now we will go for on demand and pushback. There are a lot of scenarios are there. So according to that, what our disruptive model will do. So that is the fundamental idea of our disruptive model, right? Yes, disruptive model. So before discussing about the disruptive model, what is the advantages that we are getting the disruptive model, or why we have to implement the disruptive model? Since there are lot of methodologies are there, lot of modules are there, lot of new rules, lot of business ethics are there, lot of new algorithms are implemented in business strategies. What our disruptive model will do, right? So disruptive model will what will disruptive model will do? For that, we will go for these things. Let us list out point one by one. Number one, limited competition, right? Limited competition, meaning that, so when you are applying a disruptive law, means the disruptive law is the thing or the rule which is going to implement, or which is going to implement in only particular in one model, or else it is going to implement only one rule in particular to achieve the goal in one model, right? So that is the, so that we will go for the competition will be very limited, right? So this is the idea behind of it. and yeah, so based on that we will get more and more market, because when you are implementing that descriptive idea, descriptive means it is a particular idea which is going to you only invent, right, or the person who is going to invent, this person only going to introduce. So there is no more competitions are there, because in all the other markets all will use the normal concepts only, or normal ideas, normal rules only they are going to use. But when you are saying that it is a descriptive model, and when it is saying that it is a descriptive business idea, so the meaning is we are going to implement a particular rule, or a particular logic, or a particular concept, or a particular algorithm, or a particular design, or a particular phenomena, or a particular grammar, whatever we can, whichever we can, which technique or which terminology we can define to say this as called as disruptive business model. So that we are saying that limited competition, because for example you only knows clearly what is the food item which will like by you more and more. The others, maybe your father or mother, maybe your friends know which will be the food item you like more and more, others did not know that. So like that is called as descriptive business idea. So you are going to implement your new idea. So this is the example of cognitive implementation. Here before when we are comparing with this idea with our old business technique, this new technique is not there. You cannot implement your own ideas into the system. That is called as cognitive implementation cannot be implemented into the new system, meaning that there will be lot of rules and regulations will be there in ancient traditional business, or in old methodologies they will have a certain step of procedure. It is not very easy to implement a new rule by your own descriptive idea or cognitive idea, cannot be implemented easily. Alright, so that's what, maybe that may be a failure, maybe that may be the failure for the business. But we need enough patience and enough courage and confidence to prove in those things, right? So that's what we are saying, that limited competition is there, because you only know this what you are going to do, the others will not know that. That is what cognitive idea which is going to maybe introduced, right, maybe in future, right? So this is the one step below to cognitive business idea, right? And no more future disruptions. Suppose if you introduced one disruptive idea, is after that no need to implement more and more. Now there is a fixed point is going throughout the world. AI research will have to this fractional, this point we can stop here, it may harm to this new world, this may harm to this people to the world, like that. There are a lot of business, there are a lot of ideas, lot of securities, lot of things are passed, lot of companies, lot of brands are saying about that to AI and its advanced techniques like machine learning and cognitive ideas. So these are the cognitive ideas. So what I'm as a note, what I'm trying to say is, what a human thinks, or what are the points he is going to think to work like or act like, those things will have to 100% implement into the machineries, that is called as cognitive, right? So that things can be implemented in business also, meaning that I think you can try to understand the difference between artificial intelligence. In artificial intelligence, I want for example, suppose if I want to drink a water, means I can drink only one scenario, I can drink water. For that only new algorithm can be implemented. For that only that new technology, new scenario is implemented. New rules can be implemented, and for that only new algorithms derived and execution will be done. But in cognitive idea, in cognitive computing. In cognitive computing, at the same time I want to drink water. At the time, drink water with a small biscuit or cake or chocolate or ice cream. These multiple ideas, these multiple thoughts, and these multiple thoughts should be implemented without having any deviations, right? So this should be implemented without any deviation. That is called as 100% achieving our fundamental idea of cognitive computing. Clear? So for that only we will go ahead of more than artificial intelligence, more than machine learning, more than all those things. By all those things, apart from all those things, we will select cognitive computing, because in artificial intelligence or machine learning we cannot go for 100%. We can go for only one or two things, one or two, 4 or 5 ideas can be implemented. Certainly not all the 100% of ideas cannot be implemented in cognitive ideas, right? So this is what the fundamental idea, why cognition, why cognition or why cognitive computing can be implemented in business model. As I told you, in ancient techniques or olden business models, we cannot implement your new ideas. For example, if your boss is there, for example in college, if you are I'm the HOD, you are the student, means you have to develop the project depend upon my idea only. You cannot sometimes, obviously not, ideas can be given, but suggestions also given by myself. But in cognitive computing, you have to, I'm sorry to say this, I'm not to point out anything of the conversation between HODs and students, not like that. I'm trying to say that in cognitive computing, you are the owner of the idea, you are the inventor, and you are the investor, you are the like that the model will expand step by step. Clear? That's the point which I want to clarify with you, right? Yeah. So because of this thing, there is no need, once your idea is very clean and clear, there is no more ideas can be introduced or implemented, right? Yeah, helps in transformations, right? So next one, there is no, once you are getting a lead will be a perfect, and the clarity is more good, means there is no need at all. You can easily survey and you can easily implement to the transformation, to the transforming all those things to the business. Based on that, it is very easy to transformation. Once your idea is very keen and clear, your transformations will be more simple. And stand out, the next point, stand out, is it's a good point, or it's a good topic, or it's a good idea. If it is a disruptive idea, if it is a disruptive idea, you can stand out by your own, because I can say that my point is right. Why I want to bend, why I want to say okay to others' opinions or others' thought, right? The thing is, as per human psychology, or as per the normal people or throughout the world, we will not disturb to others, or we will not harm to anyone, right? Apart from that, we can, for the development side, whichever we are going to do is which will give you extra benefit. As I told you, there is every reaction, there will be a good positive reaction will be there. And cognition will be derived by like this only. There are a lot of ideas which the concept will be derived from old philosophies like Socrates, Aristotle, and lot of philosophers, lot of philosophers throughout the world, based on from in the year of BC to before Christ and after Christ also. The concepts, the ideas, the innovative ideas are give you a better backbone to the concepts of cognitive, which supports now the world to make a better to the next upcoming or next throughout the era. Right? So this is a small idea about that cognition. So in future, all these things will be, all this model will be implemented. All our technologies will be implemented by using some ideas of cognitions, right? Better scalability. Yeah, I think you can better understand about what I'm trying to say. So once you are stand out, means you are setting that you find out that you are achieved for 100% of results, right? Or you are 100% of satisfied by yourself. So when you are stand out, so then the meaning is it is scalability, right? We can implement, or we can follow, or we can use it in throughout the next upcoming ideas or project, or next implementation, or next exams, or next day tiffin, lunch, breakfast. breakfast, lunch and dinner, all these things we can implement the ideas. So try to understand what is that cognitive idea in this by using this. Now the point of disruptive business. So the same example can be implemented in business. I am saying for dinner, I am saying for project, the same ideas can be implemented in business. You will get a huge profit, and apart from the huge profit, the thing is the ideas cannot be broken by other your competitors. That is what cognitive idea. Clear? The potential strength you only having, the person who is deriving that only having the potential strength, so that your cognition will give you a better clarity on this, right? Yes, right. So there may be somewhat when we are discussing about the advantages of this disruptive model, and there were a lot of some points we have discussed about cons also there. It is risky. Right. For example, when we are saying that cognitization means for that cognitization, the preparation, the guts, the enough knowledge about the system should be clear, or else your model will be wrong, means it will be risky, all the investment will be waste, the capital will be waste, so the investment will be waste. The idea can be good, but the implementation is poor, means we cannot work out. Since if it is a small thing, means okay, we can leave it, but if it is a very big project, means the persons who are working in the company, all the business, all the brand will be reacted, will be go down in the current ranking, and you will not get extra profit, and we cannot survey on it, and we cannot go for etc etc etc, right? So the company, you will lose the job, capital, no, a lot of things can be examples, salary issues, money rotation issue, your name issues, your ranking issues. So because of that poor planning, so it is called as, so that we will use 100% of cognitizations. That's what it is called as risky, right? That's what it is called as risky. Need extensive planning. Next one is extensive planning. What is extensive? Means it should be, the planning should be go to the top level and to the high level, both the two ends it should cover. Because of means we, as already told, the disruptive model is peculiar model for the one system, right? So we will not go for the extensive level of planning, right? Needs extensive planning means the planning should not be, for example, suppose if I want to drink a tea, means drinking a tea, that is a small task that is completed, that's all. Not like that. Extensive planning should be go for 10 years or 5 years or 20 years. It's a very huge long time period of time for the executions, right? For the huge executions, right? And this is the next level of complexity which we can say about in disruptive business model. All right, and apart from that, there is a one more point which we have to tell is there is a low references. You cannot get references for your cognitizations, right? Yes, in the disruptive model also, when you are thinking about that, there will not be no references will not be given on it. So when you are having a mistake, and when you are not properly planning, so you will be affected, right? Because you will be affected by this. So that's what they are saying. There is no reference. Getting a lead or getting a good reference is very worst in cognitization, because no one knows that which one is right. If I know that only clearly, it is called as good clarity. All right. If I know only, then only we can say that. It is called as good system. If I don't know about your cognitizations or cognitive disruptive model, means that is a very, very important or very vulnerable thing, or which cannot be defined or which cannot be redefined. Right? Okay. Is a highly, next one, business idea is highly unpredictable. We cannot predict which one can happen, which one cannot happen, like that we cannot predict. So because of these things, we can find out it is an unpredictable one. So predictions, you know what is prediction? As in your cognitization, it is a linear regressions may be there, and classification regressions techniques you already known because of machine learning concept. Crossing without machine learning, you cannot be in cognitive computing. So since these are the which are looped or which are mixed with one another, so predictions cannot be done. Results taken, yeah. The next point they are saying that the results taken should be should need more amount of years. What does that is? What is that is to achieve the results? It takes a huge amount of time for getting the results. Since because the system is used, or a system is going to introduce by you only, right? So that we cannot say it can be easily getting off. Easily achieve the results, right? So yeah. Next is and next we will discuss about that. Next point we will go for next we will discuss about to the next we will discuss about the what is the excuse me, what are the problems with that distributive models, right? Yeah, already we completed this one, and we will go for, sorry, there is a small problem in this pin, so I'm not able to 2-3 minutes, right? So how the companies are surveying that, what are the models for that, what are the approaches for that? So we will go for what are the distributive models examples. There is called as a freemium model. For example, Spotify, each and everybody knows about Spotify, right? So it is the system which gives you can download or you can listen lot of songs for free, right? So that is one of the distributive model. Then this is one of the example of distributive idea, right? Next, number 2, we can go for subscription model. We'll go for subscription. What is subscription? For example, Netflix is there. Netflix will give the subscriptions for the usage of the content. 30 days of trial, after 30 days of period, you can give the subscription. Like that, this is also one of the techniques. So you will not ask this, this already we know, not like that. Not like that. These are the distributive models. The company, because Netflix subscription and other subscription will be differ comparing with that, right? So I think you can understand what I'm saying, right? Yes. Next one, a free offering model. For example, suppose if you are taking of Facebook and will give lot of free offerings, and Google also give lot of free offerings. And market, next one is we will go for marketplace. Marketplace, when we are discussing about that marketplace, Amazon gives a wonderful chance to the sellers and buyers, right? It gives a lot of chances, those who are the sellers, those who are the buyers using that Amazon, and they can use a very good wonderful market area to get their product and to sell their product also, which is a vital area to do their business in a good way. So these are the descriptive models. Number 1, descriptive models will be freemium model and subscription model and free offerings, market models, And now we will go for sharing economy. So Airbnb, you know, yeah, Airbnb we will go for share across. The ownership cannot be done, but we will go for renting and leasing. So this is the next idea which is introduced in the business, which is the next idea which is introduced in business. So Airbnb uses sharing of resources. We can share the resource, and we will not to invest also I need lot of money, and selling the resource also we need lot of money. So instead of that, both the buyer and seller will do the business with very less capital. So that is called as introducing of leasing or renting. So these are business disruptive. For example, suppose if you are fixed very less margin, means that is a less distributive idea, so that your business will lose, right? So because of that we have to go for this. Next we will go for premium models. Tesla is one of the example, introducing lot of varieties of car, and we will go for feedback systems, and based on the feedback system we can go for luxury brands. So like use experience model, from the experiences of clients feedback they are introducing new systems, new cars to the clients maybe. So these are the distributive models. And pyramid model, Amazon is following the social networking or pyramid model. It is following a community, it spreads a community for this for this, and based on that their business will ahead, moving to next step, that is called as pyramid. Ecosystem, one is following of another thing. For example, suppose if I am buying a Apple system, means the softwares and the hardware should also follow with Apple iOS. So that is called as ecosystem. Like that we are introducing models one by one. So these are the distributive models. Now we will go for the idea of on demand. You know already on demand, what are the fundamental ideas of on demand, from one system to another system, how the things what does the on demand. For example, food delivery, on time food delivery is on demand, both the buyer and seller also on demand basis. If I am not getting a lunch at 1:30 means, then everything will be, I cannot go for next work on that time. So that is called as on demand model. So and as well as airline ticket reservation system, on demand model, e-reservation ticket system. Suppose I want to go to Chennai today night, means for example that will be I'm from London, I'm moving from London to Chennai, means I'm moving to some other places from X to Y area, means. So it is an on-demand model. You know, can understand what are the problems will happen because of this on-demand models. So these are the distributive models. Because of the distributive model, there are a lot of complexities are there which are listed here. Maybe number one, premium model. What is that? Freemium model and subscription model, free offerings. Already we discussed marketplace model, sharing, and user experience model, that is Tesla, we given experience. Pyramid model, Amazon, we given. Ecosystem, Apple iOS, on demand basis. Both food delivery system, we given example. Each and every system given explained here with the example. So these are the points of distributive model. Since there may be there are a lot of problems will be there, lot of complexities, lot of disadvantages are there still. We will go to the next level of implementations, is called as cognitive business, right? So cognitive, now this is coming to our idea, what is cognitions, cognitive, how the cognitive idea is implemented in business, right? So this is a fundamental idea. For that, the ideas will be discussed here. Innovation of the key, create a new market, find opportunities existing, like that we can go for. Cognitive system. So for this cognitive business, I given a methodology which is not given by myself. Already the system is in system is developed by using 4.0, which is industry 4.0, which has lot of business strategies, lot of conceptual management, lot of strategies are there, artificial intelligence techniques are used, root cause library systems are used there, in the system. Based on that, we will get the clarity of that cognitizations. In cognitization, actually what we are getting is this. See, in this we will get an idea. So we are getting for example, we will take a question, exams, learning environment. In current construction, we will have a questions and observations is there, and descriptions will be there, and expectations, explanations, meaning will be there. But when we are introducing cognitizations, we will go for, instead of questions, we will go for frames of thinkings, we will go for preconceptions, we will go for interest. So instead of our old methodology, questions, observation, description, exemption, explanations, and meanings, these are our old trends. We just omit it, we just throw these things. Instead of that, we will go for frames of thinking, like preconceptions, like interests. What are the goals you are going for learning system? What are the goals? What are the achievements? What are the primitives? What are the elements of this language? Like that, we will split up our cognitive. So this is what the methodology of, which gives more powerful for the business and other areas also. I just given for a small example using e-learning system. Like that, it should be implemented in other areas, which I given for industry 4.0. I given one more example. Like that, we can move ahead using this cognitization in business idea. So when we are doing this, once it is frames of thinking, means we will filter our mistakes, we can filter our preconcepts, we can conclude it, and we'll go for interest. When there is a very much of huge interest there, the business will not go down, right? So that is our idea, and that is a practical idea also. So based on that, we can go for we'll go for a better methodology of implementation in all the systems. So here we are discussing, so that's why the cognitization is implemented in business. Clear? Yes. Yeah, so here I'm giving a small idea of what is that data is there, what is reinvented, how the code data is invented in code, and the advantages of that cognitive, how it will be advantages by using in cognitive. Like that, it is splitted here, and cognitive engagement may be there, how it is when it is doing a business, cognitive engagement is there, the products and services may be listed out, and the process operations will be meaningful, and cognitive expertizations will be there, and explanation discovery will be very keen and clear. So that will be a cognitive business will be a better idea throughout the next in future also. Right, so I'll go for examples of this. What will be the, as we saw, see, this is a small comparison. Before the examples, we will go for a small comparison, how distributive invented model with comparative with cognitive methodologies. So in business model, we will go for distributive innovations, new performance discovery will be there. But here the functions will be thinking of your mind, and the implementations, sensor function, whether the things will be executed or not executed. Based on that only, we'll go to this. That are in next upcoming sessions, we will discuss about that more and more on that. Now we will go for some examples about that. More examples of cognitive business. Number one, chatbots. You know how chatbots are working with that. Warehouse management. In retail industries, we can use the idea of cognitive business. I'll go for handling batch operation. You know, batch operations at the time of is banking and finance. at the same time everybody should close it, or else the batch is missing. So in distributive model means there will be huge disadvantage for this particular model. So we can introduce these things into cognitive models, right? And customer onboarding, we can introduce that customer onboarding at the particular time. Customer onboard means I want the food at the on time, that is on board. So at the time service is not there means we cannot. I'm saying that small example. In B2C, that will be business to consumer, and it will be a very big process, right? And manage of telecom reports, right? In telecom reports also it is going to use that cognitive business will be mostly used, and intelligent document process also the next area which we are going to use in cognitive business models. And accounting will be the next step, next area which cognitizations used in business model. Management in IT infrastructure also the next field which is going to use cognitization business. Handling logistics operations will be the next step in. So like this we are discussing about that how the things will be implemented, how the things means, what is the distributive model, what are the advantages of that model, what is cognitive business model. Like this the session will be, the points are discussed in this session. So this is a summary of that. Yeah, we will discuss in the next session like IBM Watson's, right? We'll go for the next in the lecture series of cognitive computing. We'll go for IBM Watson model in the next session, right? So right now we'll end up the session. If you have any queries, send a mail to me. Thank you.